which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'll open public comments for agenda items only right now. If you have something for an agenda item, please stand, state your name, and you have 3 minutes. Okay, I'll close this session, part of public comments then, and we have the approval of agenda, receive and file all communications.
Make the motion to approve the agenda and receive and file all communications.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Martin, second by Councilman Ormsby to approve the agenda and receive and file all communications. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion passed. We have approval of prior meeting minutes. We had the work session from June 9th, 2026. I guess we had 2 of them.
I'll make a motion to approve the prior, prior meeting minutes of the work session, June 9th, 2026.
Councilman Martin, second by Councilwoman Darling, to approve the work session meeting minutes. This is the first one, the council seat vacancy interviews. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passed. We have the next work session meeting minutes. I'd like to make a motion.
I'll entertain making the motion to approve the second work session meeting minutes of June 9th, 2026.
Okay. I have a motion by Councilman Martin, second by Councilman Kura to approve the work session meeting minutes for the 2026-27 budget discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. We have 6C. This is for the regular city council meeting from June 9th.
Make the motion to approve the regular city council meeting minutes.
Okay.
I'll second.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Ormsby, second by Councilwoman Darling to approve the regular city council meeting minutes of June 9th, 2026 as presented. Any comments? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay, motion passed. And I will open public hearing. This is for the 2026-27 fiscal year operating budget for all funds in the city of Cheboygan. So if you would like to comment on that, please stand, state your name, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Mr. Mayor, do you want me to give a short, somewhat short synopsis on it?
Yeah, we can do that.
Or do you want to do it later?
No, go ahead, so that everyone kind of has a basic understanding. That'd be good.
Since many people weren't at the work session, I don't think we had much public there. I figured it would probably be best if we went over it. Just some general notes on the budget. First of all, I want to thank Casey for all her hard work. We did not use Raymond to develop this proposed budget. Casey and myself did all the work along with the department heads to put this together. As I said before, this is actually the final draft of the proposal, the proposed budget. But some of the numbers on some of the fund balances that you've seen in the past documents that you got, those are going to change because at the time when we did that, that was early June when those numbers were put into that document. And as we go through the rest of this month and even sometimes a couple weeks or maybe even a month into the next year, we're still getting invoices that were incurred during this year that have to be paid. So those numbers are still up in the air and what we're going to finish with in all those balances. So good estimate, but don't rely on them. By far, this is probably the most accurate scrutinized budget we've had in the past 10 years. We can actually look and get down to the nitty-gritty in terms of what we're spending money on. There's times that we looked at each individual line item to say, okay, if we have a membership and we allocate $1,500, where does that money go? And we looked at all the dues that went to it. Some of them we said, hey, we don't need that, have a membership in that anymore, or whatever it may be. We looked at supply line items like that. So it's been tough. It's pretty much consumed probably the last month and a half of my time doing this. And hopefully this puts us in a much better place than we've been in the past. As I mentioned before, at the last meeting, but I'm going to mention it again. We're in what's called a replenishment phase. We spent a lot of money on infrastructure, water towers, streets, roads, equipment for DPW. I think we spent over $1 million in equipment there because there was no investment in DPW for the last I don't know how many years. So with that being said, we used a lot of money to put on grants. We got a lot of grants. We use money to put down. There's usually a percentage match. And so we've been doing that. Same thing with lead in the water lines and things like that. So again, probably this year, next year, we're going to be fairly conservative on what we spend money on. We just don't have it. We're starting to regain our savings so that we can do more projects. Again, cut down the bare bones. Really, there's very little fat in this budget. As I mentioned earlier, we're $55,000 for the general fund that we'll have to take out of the fund balance that we have in order to make it fully balanced. Year-to-date expenditures, remember, anything you see in those documents are from June. Okay, what's included in the 2027 budget? There's studies to get temporary fixes for basement flooding issues in the Huron-Kyler area and the Cleveland Road area, 2 different areas, one on that side, one on this side of the river, one on that side. That's about $40,000. We're going to purchase 2 V-plows to help us handle big snow. Hopefully we don't see the kind of snow we did last year, but again, we got V-plows in there to do that. We have some money in to do some preliminary engineering on Division Street. I think everybody would agree that section of Division Street over here is a little bit rough, to say the least. So hopefully we can get that designed, get it ready, so that if there's grants available, then we can go after it. We explored the option of purchasing a giant vac truck. However, those things are extremely expensive, tough to maintain. We wouldn't use it that often, so instead what we're going to do is rent one for a few months out of the year, and that'll allow us to clean sewers, storms, and lift stations. Water, Division Street parking lots, we are looking to redo those. We're also looking at doing Elm, right, by the post office. Elm down to Water and out, and get that all repaved. We're going to partner with the DDA to do that, and that's probably about $200 and some thousand project. We've done an excellent job of getting rid of trees with our FEMA grant. Caught us up for I don't know how many years of not being able to get to the trees. Problem is we got a lot of stumps sticking out of the ground. FEMA would not allow us to use that money to grind stumps. So that's one of the things we put in the budget is to rent stump grinders. Also, we have some areas in the town where some of the sidewalks are a little bit high, so there's a lip or something, so we put in there also to do some cement grinding. We put in for security cameras for City Hall, both outside and inside. This is part of our safety plan that we're putting in place. We should probably have that, and we do have in a couple locations. I won't specify where right now, but we do have some cameras, but we definitely got to make it more comprehensive. We have some design work that we're going to have done for our non-motorized plan that should be done in time now. That would look at a couple areas near the school that if we get the design work done, that we can go after the Safe Route to Schools grant. We need the motorized plan, got that. We need the engineering, we'll have that. And so then we can start chasing some money to get corners such as Loomis in Western, Lincoln in Western, those areas there to make it safer for kids to get back and forth to school. I know we're also looking over at East Side Elementary for some improvements over there. We're looking at, again, we're in the process of finalizing it, buying a used aerial fire truck and getting it here from, I always want to say the wrong state, I'll go Alabama. So that's in the budget. We got 4 new sets of turnout gears in the budget. We also have backpack units for fighting brush fires, which we could have used more of those just recently. Things also included, the ice rink concession stand will come back under the city's control, so we're going to need to make some improvements to that, so we got that. in the budget. We also have a part-time employee that's been assisting Eric down at the shop to maintain all that beautiful equipment we have. And we've got him now in the budget. We just found money in other places to pay for his wages up until this point, and so now we've added that to the budget. We added a DPW superintendent position as we move forward with the pending retirement of Don and Jason. Our plan is to separate water, sewer, and DPW into 3 different departments. So we're going to look at finding somebody that can learn Don's job as it is right now and replace Don. We're adding line items to the general fund for economic development. Remember, we added a community development director. We added code enforcement and other related items under community development, so we had to fund that, and we did that. We got a computer firewall that we need to get updated here at City Hall. That'll take place once the budget's passed. We also have in the budget 11% increase in health insurance every year. We get that, and I'll point out, and I think I did it the other day, that our revenues at the city increased at 2.48% last year. And yet we have an insurance that goes up 11%. Right? Then you have, other things that are going up. Gas is going up, whatever else it is. So we're trying to make things go, considering every year we only get 2.5% new revenue, but yet just in health insurance increase, we got 11% to cover. So it's got to come from somewhere. So little by little, we've been cutting back and getting down to that bare bones. And years to come, we don't have a lot of room for things. And we got to look for other avenues to reduce spending or find other sources of revenue. I think my staff is doing a fantastic job of finding other sources of revenue, make sure that we're collecting for fees, permits, and things like we should. In the past, maybe we weren't so good at that. Things not included in the budget. One is the Lincoln Street Culvert project. We have not put that in there. It's going to happen, but we got to wait until the documents come for what the grant money is exactly, so that we can put it as a source of revenue, and then obviously put it as a source of expenditures. So that'll be a budget amendment probably sometime. It won't be long. Probably sometime here in the fall. We'll probably, or early spring, come with a budget amendment for that. We are also working with, somebody here from, yeah, he's there, Ken. We're working with the Road Commission to basically reconstruct Western Avenue from Lincoln to VFW Road. That's a joint project. County's going to actually handle that for us. We're going to be partners with them, so they'll handle the engineering, oversight, things like that. So excellent partnership with them. And again, what Ken will talk about, some of our money that we get from that, what he's going to talk to you about, will be used for making that happen from our side. We also did not put in a flatbed brush fire fighting skid unit. That's about $25,000. We do have the specifications for it. We are going to apply for a grant for that and hope to get that. If not, I may have to come back to you and ask for that to be, we may have to find money in that capital budget for police and fire to use for that. We have not done any of the depreciation of equipment or assets, so again, that affects the fund balance. Just keep that in mind. Nothing to deal with this building, which you all know. You can see Alyssa and I are in sweaters because we're afraid. We try to turn down the air conditioning, we can't. We're afraid if we try to turn it off, it may not start again. Alyssa, during the winter, was the fashion plate for us. She had a knitted hat on, a winter coat, because the heat didn't work. So we've got a lot of issues, but we need approximately $15 million to handle what needs to be done with this building. We need probably $12 million for improvements and $3 million for ADA improvements. A lot of that is stuff that we need to do right away, but I'm not sure where we're going to get the funds to handle that. There's nothing in here from the police union contract. We are negotiating with the police union for that. I've stressed to them that funds are extremely tight. One thing we gotta always remember, that at some point in time, the paper plant is not producing, it's not functional, and they're behind on taxes, and if that is taken over by the county, or if it goes to the state or wherever it may go, that's about a $160,000 hit to our general fund, plus a hit to our police and fire levy fund. So people gotta realize that. We did have a tax tribunal case with Walmart. They contested their property taxes and they won, which required us to give a rebate to them and lowered their taxes drastically, so that's going to affect their budget too. Another thing to remember, some of you were on here, we had approved a pension fund plan, because our pension is funded below the 60% mandated by state law. And to catch our pension fund up to where it needs to be is roughly about $2 million. So that's all got to be taken into consideration when we're looking at wages, equipment, and things like that, because you guys approved at the last meeting that we would work with Raymond Group to figure out what we need to contribute every year in order to close that gap. And it's not going to be something that's going to be done quickly. $2 million for us, considering our general fund, all the revenues for that's $4 million. So even if $100,000 out of that every year for the next, 20 years, we're still not going to catch up. $200,000 would really cripple us. Take out Walmart, take out the paper plant. So we got to be very cautious, and I think we've done that, and I think staff has given you a budget that we feel comfortable with. And we think that we did the best we could in terms of getting everything in for our citizens while being good stewards of the public value.
All right, thank you. All right, so I'll open this back up to the public hearing. If you have anything you'd like to comment on the budget, you can stand, and you'll have 3 minutes.
Is this when I can stand?
No.
Oh,
Like, you don't have to stand, but
You want to say something?
not on the budget.
Oh, it's the budget.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
okay. Anyone else? Okay, I'll close this public hearing then and move on to communications and petitions. We have Ken Paquette from the Road Commission submitted this.
Ken, I hope I didn't steal any of your thunder.
No, you gave me lots. Thanks for bringing that up. Again, my name's Ken Paquette. I'm on the Cheboygan County Road Commission. I've been a road commissioner for 16 years. Seems like every 4 years I come back to the city council for a resolution of support for this road millage. It benefits the whole county, not just the road commission. It benefits the city. I think now it's over 100,000, 130,000 a year. DDAs, there's 4 DDAs involved: Cheboygan, Mackinac, Indian River, and Inverness. So it's spread out throughout the county. We've done major projects with this leading to the city. We've done Levering Road now to the expressway, and part of our ongoing 5-year plan is to continue with Levering Road. And we've got Riggsville Road now all the way to the biological station. We want to finish that to the county line. That's in this plan. Other roads that we've done from the Cheboygan Smith plant all the way to Alverno now is done. And there's next, starting after the 4th, we will be doing a project towards the Orchard Beach Road, towards our bridge that we finally got funded for in 2028. We're going to redo the Orchard Beach Bridge as well as the Afton Bridge. We've got $7.5 million. Part of this millage in 2028 will be to make sure we have enough money. That 1.5 will secure enough money, we feel, to get those 2 projects done. If we don't use it, we will bring it back towards the road project. So we want to make sure we get those bridges in. They're vital to the whole county for most mostly east-west traffic, as well as ambulance and police and Alberta Fire Department's right there, so it's important we get those through. Other projects we want to do is, we're now on the Tuscarora Township, South Straits Highway to Indian River, North Straits Highway, all the way to I-75. So we're now at Wolverine. We want to continue towards our county line at 27 south of Wolverine. So that's going to be another major hurdle. We're trying to get to the county lines with these primary road projects. Everybody says, well, how come you don't finish a project and go on to the next? Well, we like to spread it out. It's the only way we get the votes is if somebody's driving on a piece of road that they put money towards, we feel it's important to spread it out. So we've done that. We're going to continue to do that. We also put a lot of money towards township projects. Each year, we set aside $350,000 now that we have the millage to a match for township projects. So they get $25,000 if they do a $50,000 project. And this year, we'll have almost $2 million in township projects slated within the county. That was unheard of 12 years ago when I started. There was only one project in the whole county, and that was, they did, excuse me, West Oski Road, or South Extension Road, excuse me. That was a federal aid project. That was the only project that was done that year. So the first time we tried the millage, it didn't pass because we were putting money towards equipment, so we went back and asked the townships basically, what do you want? And they said they want all that money to go to projects and road projects. So that's what we've done. We've dedicated that money to road projects, and we will continue to do that, except for this coming year with the bridges are upcoming. Other projects, like I said, I think I mentioned most of them. The project that the manager mentioned with the city on DFW Road to Lincoln is going to be a major project. I think it's slated for 28 or 29, somewhere in there. This last year, we had a meeting and the city got the project for the urban money to do the culvert by the school, which was definitely needed. But there's several other roads that we could do under the urban projects. We could do VFW Road, excuse me, not VFW, Butler Road. What's the other one? Vanier, yes, Vanier. A lot of people want to do Vanier. When you do a traffic count, Vanier only gets about 400 or 500 vehicles a day, where VFW Road to Lincoln gets 2,000 vehicles a day. So by 2028 or 29, that road's going to be in bad shape, as well as the portion of the cities. I know they've got some infrastructure projects they want to take on. We've combined an engineer that we always use here in engineering out of Alpena. We do a lot of work with other people, they're good people. And so by combining the two projects, I think we're saving everybody some money. So I won't bore you with a lot of red tape. I know we had a lot of issues the last 2 years with the ice storm and the snow, and I think the city and